but still I am interested in these emerging technologies like blockchain and IoT, other things. Maybe now I am working in an institute where the information technology is the highlighted one. So I thought of discussing business models for IoT applications, which always we people are interested. Not only we, the entire humans are interested to make something better for their future as well as for their family. Of course, it is mandatory also. So when I thought of discussing with the business models for IoT applications, unknowingly or unfortunately, or it is unavoidable thing that we are supposed to talk about artificial intelligence also. In fact, AI is an emerging concept facilitating intelligent and automated decision making and thus becoming a prerequisite to the deployment of IoT as well as the Industry 4.0 scenarios. Of course, as well as the other application areas too, not only the Industry 4.0. Whereas undoubtedly beneficial, one should not sidestep the fact that artificial intelligence and its application on automated decision making, especially in safety critical deployments such as in autonomous vehicles, might open new avenues in manipulation and attack methods while creating new privacy challenges. See, when considering the security in the context of IoT AI, the duality of this interplay needs to be highlighted. On one hand, one needs to consider that AI can be exploited to manipulate the expected outcomes. But on the other hand, AI techniques can conversely be utilized to support security operations and even to augment adversarial attacks. So before considering using AI as a tool to support cybersecurity, it is essential to understand what needs to be secured and to develop specific security measures to ensure that AI itself is secure and trustworthy. In fact, it is developing fast. It will change our lives by improving healthcare. Example, making diagnosis more precise, enabling better prevention of diseases like that we can list. In fact, increasing the efficiency of farming, contributing to climate change mitigation and adoption, and improving the efficiency of production systems through predictive maintenance, increasing the security of society, and in many other ways that we can only begin to imagine. At the same time, this AI entails a number of potential risks such as opaque decision making, gender-based or other kinds of discrimination, intrusion in our private lives, or being used for even criminal purposes. So this AI is one of the most important applications of the data economy. Today, most data are released to consumers and are stored and processed on central cloud-based infrastructure, as we know well. But we academic people always having a thought process in what are the ways I can make my students, what are the ways I can make my colleagues to increase the revenue for the individual and for the organization so that the future of the individual's organization, in fact, the society will get hike. So that will be the generic question whenever we go for executing or involving any type of activity, any type of activity. So this IoT also is not an exemption. Here also people will always look what is the benefit we are going to get. So in that scenario, I thought of discussing for the next 1 hour, 10 minutes in connection with the business models in IoT. So I will take some 15 to 20 minutes to touch the IoT and allied areas. Then we will go for discussing in detail about various business models. In fact, the Internet of Things is the latest, most hyped concept in the IT world. In fact, the IoT may be defined as a network of networks, where the end devices are not user-handled devices, but can be computing devices. It might be mechanical, digital machines, right? We can list. I hope you received n number of a variety of definitions and explanations from the various experts in the past 5 days. So there can even be objects that can be provided with unique identifiers that transmit and receive data without active human interventions. So simply we can say almost anything, including living things connected to the internet, regardless of location or other physical constraints. So that's what we are saying. And depend upon the sector, this may be termed in various ways, like machine to machine, industrial internet of things like that. We can list it. It depends upon the position. It depends upon the situation. Of course, it is depend upon the sector. So if you are saying internet, it is applicable in everywhere, irrespective of location, irrespective of physical constraint. So when we deal such kind of IoT, we are supposed to deal with the numerous amount of data. The use of IoT can be associated with the generation and manipulation of vast amounts of data that may relate to human behavior as well as interaction. That's what we are talking as big data. So in the big data, again, we are having a lot of questions like privacy, security, consumer welfare. In fact, there are several predictions in connection with the IoT. If you are looking the Gartner, they mentioned 26 billion, Cisco made 50 billion, Morgan Stanley 75 billion, Intel of course 200 billion. If you are looking the human brain, which is having 86 billion neurons, which means we have to think of how much the particular traffic when we go for using the IoT is happening. By the end of last year, 2020, it was witnessed that more than 50 billion devices connected with IoT, which is again breached data of the prediction, which is about 22 billion in the year of 2021 or 22. Maybe due to the situation of Corona, it happened. So in all the cases, we are talking about this privacy, security, and consumer welfare. Just we can keep these parameters away for discussing about various models, business models in the IoT, but still it is having some challenges. Always the human will ask, are we over relying with the technology? Because of the over relying on the technology, the humans will lose the job in the future. And we are transmitting always data from one point to multiple point as well as vice versa. In that sense, are we going to lose the privacy data? In fact, these are all some challenges rising by the humans throughout the world. In fact, we are talking about AI for the past several decades, which includes the deep learning as well as machine learning. Hope you people know these terminologies well. If you are interlinking or embedding, these things will be working together. If you are looking in the onion diagram, again, these are all subsets, the machine learning as well as deep learning. And of course, we are talking about the AI for the past 7+ decades. So all activity, whichever we are carrying out in the IoT or Internet of Things, we are supposed to discuss, we are supposed to know, are supposed to relate in these various ways. So the interlinking and embedding of AI technologies is in the society, in the industry for the past several decades. It is not developed in the recent past. I am not going to talk about the various definitions of AI, ML, and DL. Just for the reference, I am sharing with the participants. In fact, I said the IoT is going to deal with numerous amount of data. In fact, the machine learning, deep learning are all emerging now. In fact, the machine learning we are talking about for the past 4+ decades. In fact, deep learning for the past 2+ decades. In all the things we are discussing about data, trained model and model, right? Of course, the prediction also. And we are supposed to choose a best type of algorithm so that the things will be goes in a fine way. So in the machine learning or machine learning algorithms, again, it is based on the input data. Since we are talking about the business model, I want to say one item which is already made a huge success, which is called as Face ID of Apple Incorporation. So this is a 3D facial thing. This particular technology is claiming that triumph of machine learning technology. The reason behind this, even if you are having a makeup or over the period of years change in the structure of face can be updated continuously, and the model of the Face ID of Apple iPhone version 10 onwards is getting updated, so that there is no issue of identifying or allowing the perfect user or the particular user to access the particular equipment. Those who are having such kind of Apple iPhone 10 version and above may have the experience of this. In fact, we are talking about this IoT for the past 2+ decades. You might know the Kevin Aston, who is invented the IoT in the year of 1999, when he was working in the Auto ID labs. He was in the mood of impressing his higher authorities, and he started doing something, and finally he reached the terminology IoT, but it is not emerged for the next 1 decade. In fact, by 2010-11 only it started growing or publishing among the entire world. I hope you people are receiving my talk and seeing my video also. Right. So if you are looking the practical applications, in general, in a low level of business, I am 100% sure some of the participants gathered here may have such kind of automation in their overhead tank water level monitoring. When and where the water level goes down, the sensor will intimate the particular activity so that the motor pump will get start automatically. Again, it can be controlled through our mobile app also. In addition to that, the picture which I am showing on the screen, which is called the Wemo. It is almost 2000 rupee plus cost in the open market. When it got introduction, it was around 4000 something, right? This can be plugged into any regular outlet, accepts the power cable from any device, and can be used to turn it and turn off hitting a button from our mobile. So this can be a simple version of a business. When you go to the next level, the enterprises level, the people, those who are having the experience of staying in high-class hotels, star hotels, may realize the fact, according to the number of occupants in the room, the air conditioner will adjust the temperature automatically, either hiking or decreasing. Not only that, the same thing can be applicable in our home also for the purpose of operating or controlling cameras, appliances, temperatures, light, even the security too. If you are going little bit again higher version, maybe most of the state governments in the country, India, as well as Government of India came up with a proposal for opening the sector of energy production by the public. All the states are kept to open this door for the purpose of producing the energy. In fact, within next 1+ decade, India will get the surplus energy production from various sources, from various suppliers. In that sense, like our internet, like our mobile network, the society, the people may go for choosing the energy supplier too. There may be a possibility of having more than one or more number of suppliers in each and every household. So according to the situation, according to the market, according to the price, the users may go for choosing the energy supplier. As we know well, as on the date, we are struggling to save energy and store energy, which means whatever the energy is getting produced has to be utilized, otherwise it will go waste. So where the IoT is going to play in a huge way in the way of grid management. So that is the next level. If you are going to the next stage, the transportation, maybe because of the corona, all the tolls become compulsorily FASTag. In fact, all the payments are through IoT medium. In fact, still there is a huge scope for making all the things in the transportation through IoT in the coming days. These are all small things. The home automation, the enterprise, the utilities, the energy management, transportation, these are all the small things. If you want to know the bigger things, the video which is running on your back screen, the city which is called as Songdo city, Songdo in South Korea, the first of its kind, fully wired smart city. We are also hearing about smart city from our government of India in the past several years, but none of the smart city is equivalent to this particular Songdo, South Korea smart city. The reason is the entire city is connected with wire. All the activities taking place in the particular city is 100% monitored, connected with internet. In that sense, we may ask, sir, if all the things are connected with internet, then the number of machines, number of equipments will emit higher amount of carbon dioxide into the environment. In that sense, all the buildings in the particular city, almost 100 plus buildings are there. Every building is having 20 floor and more, right? And it is having 600 hectares, which is in our term 1,500 acres. As of now, around 60,000 people are living. Still, the city is not fully completed, which is supposed to complete by February 2020. Due to several reasons, it is getting delayed, but still, the beauty of the Songdo, South Korea city is entire buildings, all the 100 plus buildings are all green certified buildings, right? So this is the largest one. So similar to that, but not in that scale, the New York City Central Park, right? Of course, the vessel monitoring of Singapore may get competent. Then the vast area which is not developed so far, that is medical and healthcare. So these are all some areas which we may think, right? If I am saying, if we may think to do such things in this area means it is not advisable to take all the areas together by an institution. So the institution may have their own theme. If you are saying that the GRJ Polytechnic College, they may go for either medical healthcare or they may go for choosing the energy management or transportation. They can go for choosing any one or two, and they can go for formulating various sub-themes under this medical and healthcare itself, and they can go for starting the doing project things. So it is not feasible for everybody to involve in every activity. It is always advisable to pick anyone, that too specifically. So when we talk like this, the first business model which I want to talk with you is robo advisory, because we people are interested to multiply the money within short period of time. In fact, the stock exchange, right, which is going rocket speed in the recent past days. In the investment arena, artificial intelligence and its subset of machine learning have given us robo advisors. Of course, while blockchain technology is the mother of all cryptocurrencies. So the robo advisors are superpower computer algorithms with the capability of making financial decisions, such as stock picking a million times better than any human. Okay, when I say like that, you may not able to follow properly. I can say easily, the participants may have the experience of investment in national pension scheme. In that national pension scheme, it is having two major areas, tier 1 and tier 2. If you are looking at tier 1, our investment can be put up in SBI pension fund scheme. Like that, there are some 3-4 items are there. We are supposed to mandatorily choose any one of that. If you are not interested to choose by ourselves, then the system will automatically invest according to the mindset of the individual. It will ask certain questions to us. Do you want to invest in an aggressive way? Do you want to invest in a safe way or moderate way? According to our answer, the particular system will invest our money in the aggressive mode or safe mode or moderate mode. So this is what, in a simple way, we can explain for this robo advisory. So actually, these robo advisors are automated portfolio managers. We can think of them as an autopilot for investors. After initially answering a series of questions about an investor's resources, financial goals, interest, the robo advisor will make ongoing decisions on how to invest the client's money. Right? So what are robo advisors? Actually, it is a software. This is working based on the machine learning. Of course, some certain amount of deep learning also involved. So these robo advisors are software products that can help us to manage our investments without the need to consult a financial advisor or self-manage of our portfolio. See, these products are offered by a wide variety of financial institutions as on the date, but still, it is not in the full-fledged manner. We may think of doing something in this particular specific area. The reason behind this, nowadays, people are not having sufficient time to learn, analyze these kind of investment platforms. So, in that sense, the dividends, capital gains, mutual funds, right? These all investments, taxes, fees can be paid, invested in the future only through this kind of robo advisors. So it is a very good chances for us to think of doing projects, research in this particular scenario. The reason, the system will have more knowledge and consume lesser amount of time, and it will have different strategies. Again, it depends upon the machine learning algorithm. But the problem is the machine will not interact always to us. Once we say, yes, you can invest, it will go for investing. Unless a human will ask us multiple times. If the human feels that our decision is wrong, we may ask multiple times, but the machine will not do. And the human may have multiple options, but here the options are all already defined. Depend upon the particular model, the option may be in a limited number. And the individuals may be forced to use multiple accounts also. If you are looking the advisors, sorry, I didn't update in the month of January. If you are looking the December month, there are several agencies, depend upon their commissions, promotions, right? And the minimum balance, etc. things, the listed toppers in the worldwide are Betterment, Wealth and Sophie, Elevest, Blue. These are the 5 toppest people in the world in the sector of robo-advisors. In fact, none of them belongs to our country. So I thought of sharing this so that people will go for thinking of doing something in this particular category. Second thing, the sentiment analysis. Again, I can say we are having the habit of purchasing our groceries and required items from mall, supermarkets. After paying the payment, the cashier will ask us to give a feedback by pressing either very good, good, average, poor, or very poor. Hope most of us are having such kind of experience. So these sentiment analysis or opinion mining uses the natural language processing, NLP, of course, machine learning, to interpret and classify emotions in subjective data. This sentiment analysis is often used in businesses to detect sentiment in social data, gauge brand reputation, and of course, understanding the various customers. So sentiment analysis is the study of market psychology to predict future price, right? Based on the feedback, the particular company or the product can go for increasing or decreasing their price. So it is related to the overall feeling that market participants have about the performance of a particular currency pair. Of course, it is having different types. We may think of improving this one because we often felt bored of giving such kind of feedback like the specified constant items of very good, good, average, poor, and very poor. We may go for revamping with various questionnaire so that every time the customer will receive different questions so that it will go in a best way. Why I am saying is probably most of us are having the experience of National Board of Accreditation process where the feedback analysis is one of the mandatory term. And if you are giving the feedback form similar in every year to an individual, we may not get the right feedback. So every time we are supposed to make the questionnaire in an interesting way so that the particular individual will read, think, and demonstrate. Of course, that kind of feedback forms can be created by using this NLP and machine learning. Again, it is the request to the participants. You may think of making such kind of analysis by using NLP or deep learning and machine learning in the coming days for making your own feedback. So these things are all working based on the rule, of course, automation, in fact, the hybrid model too. So when we say these sentiment analyze algorithms, right? In the future, extraction from the text, classification of algorithms, of course, training and prediction are all already available with various ways of Navier Blue, Bayes, linear regression, support vector mechanics. These are all we studied in several times. Okay, let us talk a little bit in detail about various business models. In fact, I am sure most of the participants gathered here are having some insurance. Accident insurance, mediclaim insurance, life insurance, variety of insurance we are having. And of course, we may have experience of claiming the insurance too. So policy creation to claims processing, we may have the experience and we know how much time required to complete the claim processing. In fact, policy creation may be easier nowadays because of the Internet of Things. But when we go for claiming such kind of things, as well as the refund, our paper has to move table to table by waiting hours and hours, sometimes days and days, by meeting n number of people, n number of persons. The slide which I am showing on the screen is an self-explanatory. After submitting the claim, how many tables, how many persons have to look and give approval. Because of that, how much time is getting expenses. So how can we make changes in this category? Of course, blockchain for the purpose of increasing or enhancing the security, data security. When we talk about this policy creation as well as claiming process, I can tell an incident. A particular industrial person who is having the habit of traveling abroad continuously. He is an Indian person who will go country X, come back, go to country Y, come back, go to country Z in a month, which means 20 days in abroad and 10 days in country, home country. Those 20 days abroad will be in different countries. So such kind of personalities are having the future of taking travel insurance, right? So if anything is happened during their foreign trip, the medical insurance will be utilized. As on the date, if you want to take such kind of travel policy, then we have to submit our travel tickets to and fro by paying the premium for a certain number of days, say 15 days or 30 days or 10 days, like that. As the person gone to abroad will come back within 3 days, who took travel abroad insurance policy for 10 days, which means he is going to lose 7-day premium. Instead of that, whenever the person goes abroad, then the travel insurance policy should enable automatically. As soon as he come back, it has to get disabled. This is one plan. In fact, many leading MNCs are working on this. So an individual is underwriting a trip insurance contract with an insurer for traveling abroad in the course of his professional activity. For enabling the data security, we are having the blockchain. The blockchain side, it will be a data created in terms of block. So the smart contract is signed. As per this smart contract, as soon as the individual goes abroad, the insurance will get enabled. As soon as he comes back, it will get disabled. So only the days the person staying in abroad will be taken into account. Right. So the taxi or the person, as soon as reaches the airport, here when we make such kind of smart contract, we will give definitely the KYC details along with the contact details of mobile, email, etc. thing. So as soon as the person reaches the airport, his mobile will be tracked by GPS and it will give an alert, right, to the blockchain site. Immediately the system will trigger and it will send a message, or the advisor will call the individual to confirm about his foreign trip. If the individual says yes as a response, the insurance will be getting activation automatically. Here we Indians will ask always question, instead of the person goes, if he sends only his mobile along with another person, what will happen? Again, we can go for incorporating some more technologies of video call, where the insured person's face ID will be recognized so that the particular system will trigger to activate an automatic subscription. Right? So because of the GPS, the location will be located and the insurance will be activated. Of course, the insurer will be given all the details, what is getting coverage, what is not getting coverage during his foreign trip of country X. As soon as he comes back, again, based on the geolocalization, the system will get an alert and it will send alert back to confirm the return, as well as the advisor will make a call so that the particular insurance will get disabled. Just to think it, just to dream it, if it is happened, how much amount we can save, how much time we can save, how much mindset happiness can be increased if you are having such kind of system. So this is one of the best business model in IoT with the implementation of blockchain, right, in insurance sector, right? Okay, one more thing, streamlining routine interactions. We are taking an insurance, and if there is anything, we are supposed to communicate. Of course, nowadays we are having this IVR system. Always we make a fun that if you are calling the call center, it will ask us to press 0 to 9 any number by hearing about more than a minute. How can we simplify that? Instead of briefing what is 0, what is 1, what is 2, till what is 9, the particular site may brief such kind of parameters in a proper way, will help the people to reduce again further time. In fact, EY is doing that particular work. They are the top leaders as of now in this particular blockchain in insurance streamlining routine interactions. Then, again, I am coming to the air travel. If the flight get delays, in fact, recent past, Indian government also announced in the Indian Railways, if the train get delayed more than a specific hour, the passenger will get compensation. But for getting such kind of compensation, again, we have to go to the particular place and stand in queue for hours and hours. And there will be some holidays, sorry, like Saturday, Sundays. We cannot. Instead of that, nowadays, all these departure arrival time of air as well as train available in the corresponding websites. If you are connecting those data to the insurance companies, as soon as the flight get delays more than 2 hours, as per the contract executed with the insurer, the system will trigger automatically and the compensation will be released to his account. So these are all some good thinking models. In fact, this IBM as well as Vouch for Me are working on this. I hope a few of us are having such kind of experience in the agencies like MMT, Make My Trip or GoIBGO, right? After getting cancel of the flight, especially in this corona situation, they used to say that due to the shortage of manpower, the process is getting delayed. You might get after 30 days. Even after 30 days, we may not receive messages or mail or correspondence, and again we are supposed to call them, right? So just think of it, if it is in this situation, how people will be happy, right? One more model, property and casualty insurance, right? We are all from cultivating grow, and the cultivation is depend upon the rainfall, right? Obviously, our farmers are all having the provision for making insure of their farming products. But again, if anything goes wrong, if there is no rainfall, if there is any problem, then they have to approach the particular village officer, Tahsildar, and they have to spend time to inspect, and later they may give certificate or they may not give certificate. If they are giving certificate, then again the farmer has to go to the bank, and the bank people will say a lot of different opinions. So this is what happening as on the date. Just to think in a different way. A farmer is making a insurance. Here we are saying as a smart contract with the insurance company. As per the smart contract, if there is no rainfall continuously for 15 days, if there is no rainfall in a particular 15 days, because the cultivation is required water continuously, right? Then don't ask that, sir, that person may have well or bore well, right, or river water. That those are all different. Here, the smart contract is like that. If there is no rainfall in 15 days, the insurer will get compensation. And an example I am saying. So, underwriting of an business interruption, insurance between a farmer and an insurer. Again, I am mentioning here blockchain. That is an additional thing. If you want, we can use it. Otherwise, you can go as similar to the old model of cloud or server or right data center for storing the things, where we are supposed to enhance the network security. Here, the network security or data security is enhanced because of this blockchain technology. So blockchain side, it is getting create of a smart contract that is named here as a drought guarantee. Right. Smart contract is enabled. The time period given as 11 months because the corp is a sugar can. Right. Nowadays, we are having the mechanism to identify whether the particular place is having rainfall or not. So various sources are there. Since it is taken from an MNC, here the external service mentioned here as Plunjan. Similarly, we people are having weather costing. So from there, the blockchain or the particular system will receive data. So the data of rainfall will be given to the system from the third-party agencies or even from the government agencies. And it will be validated. So the occurrence of a period of 15 consecutive days without rain is making trigger of the system so that the smart contract automatically triggers compensation for the farmer. Right? How sweet the life will be if it goes like this. So, automatic issue of a compensation order to the farmer for the predefined compensation amount that is going to automatically to the farmer's bank account and the farmer is getting message, or the advisor is calling and informing. So these kind of models, which is called fully automated process. So here at the beginning I told we are having some challenges, like are we relying the technology in a higher way? Because of the reliance, the society is going to lose their career and our private data are getting breached. I can say no, definitely no. If you are feeling so, then it is our mistake. We are making the system in an automated way so that the people's happiness index will increase. Here, there is no question of losing job or data breach, provided the algorithm which we are going to code here must have a well-versed without any loophole. In fact, because of the implementation of blockchain, the data will be ensured in a safe position in a higher percentage. So these are all few business models, right? Not only for the big MNCs, it is applicable for our small institutions also. Just think about the fee payment of a student in your institute. The student is supposed to pay on so and so date. They are not making the payment on specific deadline period. So the alert will goes to the parents, the alert will goes to the student, the alert will goes to the faculty advisor too. Why? The faculty advisor knows the student well, specifically the conditions of family, financial situation, quality of academic interest, etc. So that the alert should go to the staff advisor also, so that they will again investigate about the particular student financial condition. And the response will come back from student, parent, as well as staff advisor, where we can utilize the NLP to validate the response. So the system will come up with its own prediction. The student is lying, or the parent is lying, or the faculty advisor is not carried out his or her duty. So the principal or head of the institution, no need of asking the faculty to give the report of non-tuition fee paid students. Things will be in fingertip, right? So when I say this thing, I am not asking you people to go and create a project for insurance company in the case of property and casualty insurance. Initially, we may go for making such kind of business models for our day-to-day work. When we start experiencing of such products creation, automatically our candidates will get absorbed in the placement. Right. So these are all few models. Of course, this property and casualty insurance, the alliance in our country, it is Bajaj Alliance. In addition to that, Go To Solutions and Insureway are all doing well. Next area, the micro insurance. We are recently hearing about microfinance, right? Similarly, there is another term, micro insurance. The Surety.ai is working on it. Peer-to-peer insurance. So the insurance itself, we are having several segments. That's what I stressed to all the participants, that we have to go for choosing a theme for our institute. All the faculty should have the correlation of choosing the theme, then only it will work out. One more thing, this parametric insurance. Parametric insurance, right? Assume a family which is having 2 kids with a father and mother, right? They are having an insurance which is here called a smart contract for the entire family. So based on that, definitely the details of the family members will be available in the particular smart contract. Here, just to think, the contract is made for, say, 5-year period of time. Assume that the contract is made for Mediclaim, since this parametric insurance. So the family insurance, family health insurance for 2 kids and father and mother for a period of 5 years. Definitely within the 5 years, possibility for making changes or getting changes like weddings, births, divorce, etc. Assume that there is a wedding, which means the particular son of family is getting married. So a new person is coming into that family. So instead of 4 persons, it should be rewrite as 5 persons. So we are having a registration office for registering the marriages and all, where the person getting added into that specific family, that matter will be conveyed to this insurer also automatically. That particular matter will be conveyed to the, even I can say, ration card authorities, voters list. So that particular matter can be conveyed automatically to all the other related agencies like voter list authorities, like income tax people, like ration card authorities, that particular village records. So everywhere the system will give alert. Because of that alert, the smart contract in the existing places, because that particular person has to be removed from a particular family and it will be added in the specific family in the case of wedding. Assume in the case of birth, that particular hospital which is connected with the registering authority of the particular district, so that that particular district authority system will be interconnected with the insurance company, so that the data will be flow from hospital to the district authority, from district authority to the insurer, so that particular smart contract will be modified. When we go for adding one more person in the family, definitely the premium will get increased. For that, the particular family head has to give his or her concurrence. So the system will again give an alert to the particular family head, asking them whether they are ready to add the new birth person. Right? So based on the response from the family head, the smart contract will be modified according to the premium accepted by the head of the family. The premium amount will be automatically deducted from the bank account, which is given by the particular head of family. So the smart contract is updated with the change of beneficiary In the case of death, again, the data will be transmitted from various agencies to the insurance agency so that the compensation will be given automatically by the machine trigger to the insurance family, bank, as well as the various authorities. Hope most of the participants gathered here are having bad experience in these areas in the past. If you are making that particular sector in this manner, right? You just imagine the income revenue for making such kind of things. Think of it. So in this paramedic insurance, you might hear about this MEDREC. Those people are in the leaders. But still, these are all in some 10 to 20%. Why I am saying is 80% of the insurance companies in the world already started doing processes by involving the blockchain in IoT for enhancing the data security, for speeding up their parameters and operations. In fact, we may hear about this e-call devices, which is implemented by European Union. Tamil Nadu government recently came up with the notification that all the taxis should fix the GPS system. In fact, the Kerala government already made it. And because of that, the accidents reduced in a drastic way. How? Whenever the vehicle crosses 80 km/h, the GPS equipment which is connected with the vehicle will start giving lot of alerts. Because of the alerts, the driver is supposed to reduce the speed of the vehicle. If he is not reducing the vehicle speed, the intimation will go to the nearest police station so that the actions will be taken. Because of that reason, the accidents in the state of Kerala reduced drastically for the past couple of years. So similarly, the government of Tamil Nadu also came up with a notification, but not yet materialized. In the European Union, all the vehicles are supposed to have this e-call devices in their vehicle. Whenever the vehicle gets accident, a rescue call, an automatic rescue phone call will go to the nearest rescue team so that the accident people's life will be saved in a quicker way. So this is one of the best device. Suppose if you are connecting this along with the insurance also, right? Then we people will ask, sir, the vehicle can be driven by some other person, right? As per the Motor Vehicle Act, we are not supposed to give our vehicle to any third party. We are supposed to drive by ourselves. But most of us are not having such kind of awareness and we are using it. So the education is also important. Don't think that this e-call devices implementation happened in a single year. It took almost 13 years to come up as a full-fledged manner. It started in the year of 2005 and it go live fully in the year of 2018. It took around 14 years time period. So whatever we discuss here may take another 1 decade time to come up as a full-fledged way. So we are having a still lot of time. Give me a moment. Jittu, I am in a meeting. I will call you. I will come and join 12 p.m.
Yes, sir. At 12, sir. Okay, sir.
So this e-call devices is one of the best example for this kind of IoT implementation. Of course, maybe few participants belongs to electrical department or even instrumentation department. So this particular IoT terminologies with artificial intelligence can be implemented in the energy industry too. Why? See, this artificial intelligence becomes more and more important in the energy industry and is having great potential for the future design of the energy system. Typically, the areas like electricity trading, smart grids, or the sector coupling of electricity, heat and transport, right? We can list again n number. So the power grid, power consumption, trading, in fact, the virtual power plant. When we talk about this power grid, the smart grids, sector coupling, monitoring of the grid, coordination of maintenance work, right? At the beginning, I told various state governments already started this initiation. So how the people are going to choose the energy supplier in the future? Definitely, we are required a strong algorithm. We don't want the supercomputer for these all things. We want to have a strong algorithm. In fact, quantum computing also coming up in the other side. Second, the power consumption. If you are looking every month, the electricity person is coming and taking reading. What is the need of that? The smart meter, of course, Government of Tamil Nadu already started implementation of the smart meters. Trading. The energy producer should have their forecasting, prediction. How much energy I am supposed to produce in the coming next 30 days. As I said earlier, if I am producing more energy, I don't have the way out for storing the energy. It will go waste. So they are supposed to produce according to the demand. And how it is going to sell? Over to the virtual power plant. How much energy is required for the state of Tamil Nadu, specifically for the district of Coimbatore? In the peak time, in the ordinary time, in the night time. So such kind of analysis. So we are required interdisciplinary people to execute all these activities. It is not a single person or single specialist. It requires interdisciplinary approach. It is required instrumentation people, it is required electrical people, it is required computer people. Of course, it is required civil and mechanical too. Why this particular academic year is not attracting more students towards mechanical, civil and electrical? The electricity production is purely based on mechanical and electrical. But we people are failed to incorporate this kind of IoT, blockchain, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning technologies in the existing curriculum. If a student who is studying in computer science should know thoroughly about the operation of power plant. Otherwise, he or she will not able to make machine learning coding, which means they are supposed to learn the operation of power plant. In fact, the electrical student, we are teaching thoroughly how the power plant is operating. In addition to that, if you are teaching the machine learning or deep learning, they may easily create this kind of artificial intelligence equipments, devices. So the curriculum of the engineering sector, specifically core engineering branches, need badly. In fact, the artificial intelligence in the energy industry also having obstacles and criticism like cyber attacks, then mechanical causes, in fact, the data production and security, right? So the data production and security, I told in a supportive method, of incorporating blockchain, but it is not possible in all the places. So the machine learning codings which we are intended to create should have the provision of looking and stopping such kind of cyber attack. In fact, the power consumption, it is again a $1,000,000 question. How we are going to reduce the power consumption for the effective operation. So these are all questions, but on the other side, we are having a lot of possibilities. In fact, the face recognition, stock market trade, self-driving cars, automatic translation. In fact, AICT is asking us to get involvement of translating the technical textbooks, but still it is having requirement. Many people are not turning. Traffic prediction, health industry, entertainment, virtual personal assistant, weather forecasting, online fraud detection, search engine results, voice recognition. We can list n number, right? So we are having a lot of business in the world. And the last, the major sector, which I always feel, the healthcare sector. Why? As on the date in the healthcare sector, right? The patient, provider, payer. These are the major three stakeholders in this healthcare. When you want to redefine the healthcare, definitely we are required a lot of devices like actuators, scanners, cameras, televisions, right? Again, these all devices will absorb data in an analog form, and it will be converted as a digital, as well as it will be pre-processed by removing unwanted fields. Then it will go for storing in the data storage. In fact, if you are using as a blockchain, no need of data storage like a cloud or data center. Then we may go for doing that data analysis, right? So in the healthcare also, it is in a higher percentage involvement. So this screen is not appropriate for this particular moment because the prediction is already crossed 50 billion. So in the future, it is estimated that there will be more than 21 billion. Again, it is not appropriate. It is already crossed 50 billion. In fact, the cyber criminals, that is the truth. I showed the Sangdo, South Korea smart city. Like that, more cities will become smart. AI will continue to become a bigger thing. Routers will continue to become more secure and smarter. Not only that, we are not received 5G networks, but it is believed that 5G networks will continue to fuel IoT growth. Already we are having a lot of sensors in the four-wheeler as on the date, but it is going to get more. So the cars will get even smarter. The autonomous vehicles will come up. Because of the 5G's arrival, the privacy and the security concerns will have the chances to come up with new policies. In fact, we don't have much legislation as well as regulatory activity. The DDoS attack will be in the higher form because always it is like that. If you are looking at healthcare, right? The reason is being able to monitor and support a person free from physical constraints will change the way doctors deal with patients. In fact, as on the date, we are doing like this. After getting problem, after long days, we used to go for diagnosis. And by working many hospitals, doctors, then we may go for treatment. By that time, it will reach into the higher level. Instead of that, if you are having like this, for example, a device which is implanted in a heart patient's body, which is observing the heart beating rate, right? So it will receive the heart beating rate and it will analyze how much beats happened in a minute. And it will compare with the setted data. If the beating goes above 60 or if the beat goes below 40, for example, it will give an alert to the closest relatives or the hospital and or the doctors, so that the particular person's life will be saved with low amount of pain to the individual. So the IoT devices in healthcare is much required in the coming days. If you are looking the healthcare IoT, this one is taken example reference from Care Expert Technologies. So various places, various modules as on the date are available. Again, we cannot say on this is the best software package for the hospital. As on the date, such kind of shortfalls are available. If you are doing so, then we may go for climbing this smart OPD to smart health workers in the various modules of hospital healthcare sector itself. In fact, the various apps, right? Again, it is taken reference from the Care Expert Technologies. You may think of and you may go for adding multiple things. Again, in the patient app, we can think of adding multiple fields too. If you are looking the hospital in Kerala government, hospitals sense government hospitals, all the government hospitals are interlinked so that the patients need not carry the past history records whenever they goes to the hospital, goes to the government hospital, second time onwards. The first time, all the past history records will be stored in the system and it is shared among all the government hospitals of the state. So it is not mandatory for the patient to carry the past history data from the second trip onwards. So like that, we may think of so that the entire nation, later on the entire world can be connected digitally and the workload, peaceful mindness of the individual will get increase. So again, we are having like this digital stethoscope, thermometer and all. In fact, all the institutions are advised by the Government of India, Ministry of Health, to monitor the temperature of individuals, those who are coming inside the campus. Yes, we are doing. Whether it is connected with internet, so that the past history data of every individual will be stored. In fact, these kind of activities, these kind of projects can be taken up by the faculty as well as the students. If you are doing one after another within a cycle of period time, definitely we may able to deliver a worthful, wonderful devices. So the EMR and the EHR, electronic medical record, electronic health record, it is not, we cannot say IoT alone. It deal with big data. It is required certain amount of artificial intelligence. When we deal such kind of data in a huge amount, definitely we are supposed to enhance the data security. In fact, various equipments like desktop, laptop, mobile phone usage, since the data amount is higher, it can be stored in the data center or the cloud. In addition to that, if you are interested to enhance the security, we can go for incorporating the blockchain too. So everything is interrelated. The funda is IoT. We cannot omit any kind of technologies. We are supposed to incorporate all these technologies together, right? So the healthcare apps, this is a upcoming area, specifically in Indian market. The strong demand, attractive opportunities, rising manpower, policy support are all in positive side. If you are looking at the market size for the past 5 years and the forecasting are all giving confidence for us to jump into this IoT implementation in healthcare industry. Not only market, the composition also. The number of doctors, number of medical colleges also in a continuous growth. In fact, the premium collection by insurance companies in the past 1 decade, I can say, is continuously growing, and it is having a very good prediction. More than that, I already told 15 billion devices are connected with IoT. As per the prediction, among this connected device, 30% from healthcare industry. It is related with healthcare industry, which is almost 2.5 trillion US dollar estimated. And it is going to 100 billion per year also. It is going to decrease that much amount, which means the industry sector, the healthcare industry sector is having a great scope for us to jump into this particular area. In fact, the Government of India initiatives in the past couple of years also showing positive sign. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, the security and privacy, healthcare reforms, mandates, technology adoption are all just a question mark. Let us wait and see in the future. So some available IoT devices, but still it is required some more improvements. Always improvements are expected in each and every place. As per Gartner's prediction, forecasting, the IoT also in the top level, the digital me is the topmost one. In fact, the architecture, AI, algorithm, right, beyond silicon are also listed in the top level. Just to do all the things with an ethical way, because always our plans are not mapped 100% properly with ethics. Whatever our activity, I request the participants, you please do in an ethical way. Because the expectation of the participants, expectation of the society will be having question mark in accountability, transparency, confidentiality, ownership, anonymity, reputation, identity, fairness, and privacy, and not limited with this, because in the past we are having a lot of ethical cases because of the implementation of IoT. And in the future also it is expected in many ways, including the bots. Hope we may solve these kind of issues by making the sources as open and by removing the biases and unnecessary things. So the life can be simplified with the connected devices easily, effectively. That can be elaborated by this particular video. Since the time is very short and we started the session 10 minutes late, I am not able to cover all the things. However, I will share the PowerPoint presentation to the coordinator. Those who are interested can collect from the coordinator. So the IoT will make the life of individuals, life of the society in all the way as a perfect one, by saving the time, by saving the expenditure, and by increasing the happiness index of mindset, not only individual, the whole society. Hope I conveyed some business models, and I am not able to explain something which are all very interesting in the security area in terms of network, application, information, operational, and disaster. We will meet in some other time to discuss all those things in the future. So thank you for your patient listening. Hope you got some ideas about Internet of Things by using various technologies in the past 6+ days from various speakers. Thanks for the particular organization, GRG Polytechnic, specifically the principal and the coordinator, for giving me a chance to discuss with you people. Thank you all. Over to the coordinator. If anybody wants to make offline contact, you can contact me in the mentioned contact details that will be on the screen. Thank you for your patient listening. Over to the coordinator. If there is any questions, I am happy to answer for you.
So thank you, sir, for your wonderful presentation. I request the participants to raise queries. Kindly unmute yourself and then you can raise your queries now. Participants shall use the chat box to ping your queries now.
I hope they may be getting ready for participating in your test. You might
Dear
have a
professors, please raise your questions. Sir is there in the link. I request all the professors to raise their voice using, they can unmute themselves. They can post the questions in the chat box.
Thank you, Ramakrishnan sir.
Hope you all have understood the concepts of IoT through various speakers. Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Muruganandan sir, thank you so much. As I requested earlier also, just before the session starting, similarly, I am expecting the same cooperation, sir. And in the near future events, kindly extend your cooperation in all aspects of workshops and all. Thank you so much, sir. Not
Thank
only
you.
to the participants who are come across with me, with your permission, I would like to share your contacts also if whoever comes to me regarding your details. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, madam. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Dear professors, we will have some few minutes, break, and I'll again clear you that the questions are so simple, and you can by your own you can understand and answer the questions. No need to worry. And we have a lot of queries like that. This is a completely technical session. How do we can because the questions what we have prepared easily with your expertise you can answer the questions. Even then also no need to worry. Try to attend, and definitely I hope that you all will get qualified. Thank you so much. We'll have a break for about 15 minutes and come back for the examination. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
Hello.
Hello.
At what time examination will be conducted?
Now the time is 11 o'clock or 11:30 we will start, sir.
First one, FDP number.
Sorry, sir. Sorry. 11:30 we will start the session,
This
sir.
test is for first program, no?
Yes, sir. This is phase 1.
Examination.
Sorry, sir.
Phase
Your
one
voice is
examination.
breaking.
At what
Hello.
time start, ma'am? 11:30.
11:30, sir.
Ma'am, ये जो 11:30. Okay, ma'am.
आपकी वॉइस ब्रेकर्स रहते हैं सर, थोड़ा सा लाउड करके बोल दीजिए सर. कट कट के सुन रही है मैंने. I request all the professors to gather again at 11:30. We will have the exam for about 1 hour. 50 questions. Sorry, 25 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. 50 marks. 25 questions.
Hello.
If any queries, please post in the chat box.